Welcome to the deep dive.
Hello.
So, today we are unpacking the latest from Google Cloud. This is for the first half of February 2026.
Huh?
You've given us the Google Cloud Platform Technology Nuggets newsletter. And our mission basically is to pull out the most important practical insights for you.
Right.
We'll start with the huge wave in AI, including some incredibly powerful new models.
Of course, AI first.
Then we'll look at a massive change for anyone working with data across the globe, touch on some practical news for developers, cost managers, and then point you to some resources to get your hands dirty.
And looking at these notes, there's a clear theme. It's not just about adding features.
What's the theme?
It feels like a deliberate shift, to make this incredibly advanced tech stuff that was in research papers only genuinely accessible.
So, moving from theory to practice.
Exactly. From theory to practical tools you can actually use to solve real problems.
Okay, let's unpack this. Starting with the headline news AI.
Naturally?
The newsletter kicks off with Anthropic's new models, Claude Opus 4.6 and Claude Sonnet 4.6.
Huh?
They are now available in the Vertex AI Model Garden.
Right. And for anyone who hasn't used it, Vertex AI is basically Google Cloud's all-in-one platform for machine learning.
And the Model Garden is its library, sort of.
A library of top-tier, ready-to-use AI models. Correct.
But the thing that's really interesting here is Anthropic is a major competitor to Google, na?
Bilkul.
So why would Google be so keen to feature their models so prominently?
That's a great question, yeah. And I think it reveals a lot about their strategy.
Which is?
Google is positioning its platform not as a walled garden for their own Gemini models,
Acha.
but as the Switzerland of AI.
This Switzerland of AI. I like that.
The message is, bring your workload here and we'll give you the best tools, the best models, whoever made them.
So it's a platform play.
It's a pure platform play. They want Vertex AI to be the most practical place to build, period.
Right. Makes sense. Now, the notes you've given us have this feature table for the new Claude models.
Yes.
Most of the core stuff is GA, generally available. For our listeners, that means it's stable, production ready.
Sahi hai?
But the preview features caught my eye, especially this 1M context window.
The 1 million token window.
1 million tokens. Arey, that sounds just enormous.
It is a genuine game changer. For context, 1 million tokens means the model can process and remember a massive amount of information.
Like what kind of information?
We are talking about the equivalent of a 700-page book in one go.
A 700-page book.
Huh? You could upload an entire quarterly financial report, a dense technical manual, a whole code base, and then just have a detailed conversation with the model about it. It holds the context for the entire thing.
That sounds incredibly powerful, but also incredibly expensive. Is there a catch?
That's the right question to ask.
Are we talking about a huge performance hit or a bill that will make your eyes water?
So, being in preview means you should test it carefully,
Okay.
There's always a trade-off. Context size, latency, cost. You wouldn't use a 1 million token window for a simple chat query, obviously.
Right.
But for complex document analysis or forensic research, where you absolutely need the full context, it unlocks things that were just impossible before.
Okay, so these base models are getting more powerful. But what if the AI, it fundamentally doesn't have the right background knowledge for my industry?
Good question.
You can give the best instructions in the world. But if your new hire has never heard of subrogation in insurance, you have a problem. What do you do then?
This is exactly what the next part of the source material tackles. Google's new guide on model adaptation lays out 2 parts for this.
2 parts.
The first, and your starting point, is prompt engineering.
Right.
This is basically learning to be a better manager, giving clearer, more effective instructions to the AI. It's fast, it's cheap, and for many cases, it's all you need.
And if that's not enough, if the model just fundamentally lacks the specialized vocabulary?
Then you move to the second path, fine-tuning.
Fine-tuning.
This is more involved. Think of it like giving the AI a specialized education.
A special education.
You train the model on your own data, your company's wikis, customer support logs, product specs. You make it a true expert in your specific domain.
So it learns your vocabulary and processes.
And that dramatically improves accuracy and helps it avoid making things up, that whole hallucination problem.
And the newsletter says there are hands-on labs for both, depending on how much control you want.
Correct. There's a lab on Vertex AI for a fully managed experience. Google handles the servers, you just focus on data.
And the other one?
Or if you need total control, you can use a lab on Google Kubernetes Engine or GKE.
For our listeners, GKE is Google's service for running applications in containers.
Exactly. It gives you maximum flexibility.
Speaking of GKE, I'm always curious how these cloud providers use their own tools. The newsletter mentions a case study on Google's own services.
Yes, this is a great peek behind the curtain.
So what did they learn?
They used a tool called the GKE Inference Gateway to serve their internal AI models. The results were pretty stunning.
Like what?
A 35% reduction in latency, and more importantly, a 2x improvement in tail latency.
Okay, tail latency. That's the cause of those occasional, frustratingly slow responses that ruin the user experience, na?
Bilkul. I remember working on systems where 99% of responses were fast, but that 1% of slow ones generated all the user complaints here. Cutting that down is a huge win.
A 35% latency reduction sounds great on a slide, but is this GKE gateway something a regular developer can actually use?
That's the best part. They made the magic accessible.
How does it work?
Two clever ways. First, load-aware routing. It just sends your request to the least busy server. Simple.
Okay.
But the second part, content-aware routing, is even smarter. It tries to send your request to a server that might already have some of your data or context loaded in memory from a recent request.
Ah, so it avoids a cold start.
Exactly. It makes the response dramatically faster. And yes, this is now a generally available feature in GKE that you can use for your own AI workloads.
So the GKE gateway is all about shrinking latency for AI workloads. But another huge source of latency is in the model.
It's the data.
It's just getting the data to the model, especially when it's scattered all over the world.
And for that, it looks like BigQuery has a new answer.
It certainly does. The newsletter highlights a new feature called Global Queries for BigQuery.
Right. And just to level set, BigQuery is Google's serverless data warehouse
Think of it as a massive, super fast database in the cloud.
that can analyze petabytes of data in seconds. Sahi hai. And the key phrase they use for this new feature is zero ETL.
Zero ETL. ETL, extract, transform, load, that's one of those terms that gives data engineers nightmares.
Exactly. I remember a project a few years back where we spent a solid month building this fragile, complicated pipeline.
Oh no.
Just to join customer data from our US servers with sales data from our EU servers. It was a constant headache.
I can imagine.
The fact that with global queries you can now just write a single SQL query to join a table in a US data center with one in an EU data center, it honestly feels like someone just gave me a month of my life back.
So that entire painful process is just gone. You can query data in different continents as if it were all in the same room.
Completely gone. You write one query. The source material even shows a code snippet combining European transaction data with an Asian customer list. Just like that.
How does it even work?
Under the hood, it's incredibly clever. BigQuery runs parts of the query locally in each region, figures out the most efficient way to transfer only the necessary results to one location, and then performs the final join.
So it minimizes data transfer across the globe.
Which is what makes it so fast and for you so seamless.
That John Lewis case study in the newsletter is fascinating. It's about measuring engineering efficiency.
Right?
But for any CFO, that efficiency has to translate to the bottom line. So on that note, what's this update about committed use discounts?
Look, for anyone who's had to manage cloud bills, this CUD change is a huge sigh of relief.
CUDs, committed use discounts.
It's a simple deal. You promise to spend a certain amount on Google Cloud over 1 or 3 years and they give you a big discount.
Okay.
The old way of showing this on the bill was just a mess. You'd see the full price and then a separate credit.
Which sounds like a nightmare for forecasting. You're always doing mental math in spreadsheets, na?
It was a mess of spreadsheets. This isn't just about making bills easier to read. It's a strategic move by Google. They are lowering the cognitive overhead.
How so?
The new model is direct. You just see the discounted price on the bill. It's simple. By making savings transparent and predictable, they are directly challenging the complex pricing of competitors.
So for a FinOps team,
For a FinOps team, this means less time reconciling bills and more time on strategic cost planning. Bilkul.
And it looks like they're expanding these simpler CUDs to more services,
Yes, and that's just as important. They now cover Cloud Run.
which is Google's platform for running code without managing servers, hugely popular with developers.
And they also now apply to the very powerful, memory-heavy H3 and M series virtual machines.
Ah, the workhorses for massive databases and SAP workloads.
Exactly. Being able to get a simple, predictable discount on them is a significant benefit.
Okay, so if all these updates have you wanting to build something, let's talk tools.
Let's do it.
Tools can be confusing. As a developer, how do I decide which one to even look at first?
It comes down to your preferred workflow. Think of it this way.
Okay.
Gemini CLI is for you if you live in the command line.
The terminal.
It's perfect for quick one-off tasks, testing a prompt, or scripting headless automation. It's the sharp, fast utility knife.
And Google Antigravity?
Antigravity is the full workshop. You choose it if you prefer working inside your IDE, your main code editor like VS Code.
So it's more integrated.
It's designed for building and managing more complex, autonomous AI agents. It's deeply integrated into the environment where you're already writing and debugging your other code.
So if you want to go from just dabbling with these agents to actually shipping production-ready code, what's the recommended path?
That's where the new learning program Gemini Enterprise Agent Ready or GEAR comes in.
Gear.
You can think of it as a complete curriculum. It's designed to take you from a Hello World agent experiment to secure, reliable, enterprise-grade code.
That's quite a jump.
It is. And as a nice perk, the program gives you 35 monthly no-cost learning credits for Google Cloud Skills Boost.
Their online training platform.
Correct, which is more than enough to get through the core labs.
The notes also mention an in-person Build with AI roadshow. How does a listener decide if that's for them?
They've structured it cleverly into 2 distinct days. Day 1 is the production-ready AI intensive.
Okay, who's that for?
This is for you if your job is to build stable, secure enterprise systems. It's all about orchestration, security, performance.
And D2?
Day 2 is called the multimodal frontier. This is for developers who want to skate to where the puck is going.
The future-facing stuff.
It's a deep code-first dive into cutting-edge AI using vision, audio, real-time interaction. Less about today's needs, more about building tomorrow's experiences.
So, what does this all mean? Let's try and recap.
Go for it.
Powerful AI models are now easier than ever to access and customize on Vertex AI.
Right.
BigQuery is removing geographical barriers for data analytics.
A big one.
And Google is providing simpler tools to manage both developer productivity and cloud costs.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's that democratization of advanced tech we talked about at the start,
Right, coming full circle.
Things that were the exclusive domain of PhD-level research teams just a couple of years ago, massive context windows, multi-agent systems, global data federation,
All very academic.
are now becoming practical, well-documented tools that you, the practitioner, can use to solve real business problems today.
That's a great summary. And it leads us to our final thought for you.
Okay?
The source material mentioned Google is using a multi-agent system to automate complex internal tasks, like onboarding a new employee.
One agent gets the pass, another provisions the laptop.
Exactly. So this leaves us with a question to mull over. In your own work, what is one complex repetitive process that involves multiple steps or systems which could one day be automated by a team of intelligent AI agents working together?
Something to think about.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.